Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
You never heard of the saltiest SWAT?
The Titan of Terror.
Colossus of Clout?
The King of Crash, man.
Oh, yeah, the Great Bambino. I thought you said the Great Bambi. That wimpy deer.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hey, this is James Clemens boys basketball coach Francis Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, a wet morning, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Located here at Applebee's on the corner of I-65 and Highway 72 West. Coming off a good night of football, Friday night football. Got some local schools that got their first victories of the year. And obviously today's a huge college football day. I'm Todd the Talent Tomlin, joined alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, head coach, former head coach of many teams, principal of Clemens High School, and our main guy, Coach Clint Legg. And we got a big show lined up today. We've got AP Steadham, our ACC guru, Shelby Davis, West Limestone Wildcat head coach, Chad McGehee, James Clemens, Jonathan Snider of the Ardmore Tigers, Will Johnson, the Limestone head coach, Matt Smith of Tanner Rattlers, and Brent Pugh, the head coach of Clements.
Packed out today, Todd.
Packed out, man.
Todd, with my opinion, the smoothest shirt I've seen all day long.
And we'll get into that here in just a little bit. Yeah, no doubt. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk, on Instagram and X at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls as well, and find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, and other popular platforms. And you can hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. Call us or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. It's 812-1848. And our calling guests come via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And our special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing, which we've got a special guest right here. We're going to go ahead and jump in with him since he's been a busy man this morning raising money for his basketball program. The new head coach of the West Limestone Girl Wildcats, Zane Campbell. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh,
Thank
man, we're looking forward to this upcoming season and having you on many more times. Congratulations on the hire.
Thank you.
Been way overdue. That's for sure, or at least for most of us in this community. He's got a lot of his players sitting around gawking at him, going, "Oh, is Coach going to mess up? Is he going to mess up?"
I was about to say, they're waiting on me to mess up.
Coach ain't going to mess up. He's
I'm
a
pretty
pro
smooth
at
talking now.
He is smooth, man. This man, besides being the new head coach, I mean, you're not going to brag on yourself, but I mean, you're for those of us old enough to remember, not that you're still a young man, but you're a legend in this county for
That's
a long
right.
time.
I was going to say, I played a lot of basketball
Yes,
a lot
you
of
did.
places around here.
And played it at a very high level.
That's right.
And always loved watching you play, man.
I appreciate it.
Man, you were unbelievable. So, I mean, I'd have friends, that had kids, that were younger than you, and you could hear them say, "I'm going to be like Zane." Whatever. But anyway, so tell us a little bit about you're having a pancake breakfast.
Yeah, so we had a fundraiser, a pancake breakfast. First of all, thank you for Applebee's for doing this for us. And I've got all of my girls here. There's probably about 25 of them walking around. They were waitressing tables, and we had a good turnout, probably about 150 people.
Nice.
So, I mean, we couldn't ask for a better morning, even though it is very wet and rainy. But like you said, big college football day. I told them, come on, get a pancake breakfast, then you go home and watch the game.
That's right. Yeah, get your belly full of pancakes. See, you're so smooth, they walked off on you.
I know. They didn't want to listen no more.
They didn't want to listen. We bored them. So getting back into my shirt. So for those that listened last week, I had my sister on, Leanne. I don't know if you know Leanne.
Why?
Because they're just, I don't know, whatever.
They did a good job.
They did do a good job, despite the fact that they're Georgia fans. So in honor of them, I went and had a shirt made, and it's got the Georgia logo on it, and rightfully so. It has the word "sucks" right underneath it, because that's what the Bulldogs do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I like it.
Right, coaches?
I agree.
Everybody in here agrees with that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to say this when we got Zane here. Here's what people need to understand about athletics in Limestone County. There's no cash coming in that somebody gives you. I mean, you're going to have to earn. You're going to have to fundraise from basketball to football to baseball to softball. And that's what I'm trying to say is every time these kids or a coach in your community comes out to ask you to support them, think about this. It's the only way those kids get the stuff they need.
Yep.
And the stuff they need is expensive now.
Yeah,
I mean, Zane will tell you basketballs, you remember they used to be about $50. Zane, how much?
They're probably about $95 to $100 now for one ball.
It's insane.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, and you bring up a great point, Coach Lee, that, and I don't know, I mean, Zane, you've been around this a long time, so obviously you knew that when you took the job, this was going to be part of it. And it's just, for lack of a better word, I mean, it doesn't stink, obviously, because, I mean, you want the community involved and things like this and all. But yeah, athletics is a very expensive endeavor. I don't care which sport it is. And, yeah, with basketball, just a basketball, I mean, $95, and, you got to have several to go around to have practices and conduct business and that's just a small part of
that's right.
It's jerseys and everything else.
Coach Leck said there's so many sports coming to ask you, and the people in the community make it work. So we do appreciate everybody that came out to see us, and even the ones who couldn't make it but donated. That was another big thing for us.
I asked one of your young ladies to get me a Coke, and I gave her a $5 bill for the donation because, I mean, I know it's not much, but it goes.
Better make sure it's not in their pocket.
But
hey,
let me ask you this real quick because I want people to know this. We brought this up before, and Coach Campbell, you may not know off the top of your head, but I know you'll probably just talk about how much it costs per year just for football officials. It ain't like around
hold on.
$10,000.
I'm going to go with them. I'll go with them.
Okay.
Football officials, Zane, football officials, I know y'all been talking about. Basketball, excuse me. How much are they?
Per year, I mean, it's going to be $15,000 per year. Just
for officials, y'all.
And those guys are worth $4.
That's right.
Probably. I said that. I said
got to be nice.
I agree with you.
I mean, no,
come on.
I mean,
but let me go into other details. They got to get their floor redone.
Yeah.
All right, we had our floor redone from the bottom up last year. It cost $38,000. because we got sick of looking at it. Theirs is in the same condition. Tanner's is in the same condition. Everybody needs something. And like I said, man, the cost before you get into the season, you got to have the officials paid for. Your court's got to look nice. You got to have the basketballs. And then you go, well, I want them to look good. I'm going to get uniforms. I'm not going to get Walmart brand uniforms. I'm going to get the good ones, man.
You know, and you should. I mean, if you look good, you play good.
100%.
That's right.
So it's everybody. I mean, football just has more dudes, man. That's why it's so much more expensive.
And the equipment aspect of it and all that.
And lights. Well, you pay for the lights out there in grass.
All of it. Utilities and all that. Talk about your season coming up. The practice starts, October 21st?
Yes, roughly. You know, I got a lot of my girls play volleyball, so we're probably going to start practice after that season's over. But, we're looking forward to it. I love football, don't get me wrong. But last night I stood out in the rain, got wet, cold. Basketball, you're inside.
I was going to say, you don't have to worry about that.
You control the temperature, so you can't beat that. So we are super excited. Our first official game will be on November the 14th.
Okay.
We will start our varsity schedule then, and that's when we'll play.
Where is that?
We are going to play at home versus Tanner. That'll be our first game.
Oh, right out of the gate.
That's right out of the gate. We're starting.
Are y'all still hosting the middle school tournament?
Yes.
Y'all do every year?
Yeah, we're going to tip-off tournament. It's going to be November 4th, 5th, and 7th right now.
Okay.
But now that last day may change. We've got a lot of teams coming. We've got about 10 boys teams and 8 girls teams.
Okay.
So we're still working on the schedule. But we're going to at least have 3 days, if not 4 days of that.
Awesome. And Tim mentioned the possibility we may come out there and do a broadcast.
Yes, would love for y'all to. Y'all just let me know because it's always a big tournament. Everybody loves it, and those middle school kids get very fired up for that.
And for us around here, that's when we know
that's right,
basketball time, man. Yeah. You know, honestly, every year that's what we look forward to. For sure. Well, Coach, man, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Good luck to you. We'll have you back on numerous times throughout the season.
Yeah, like I said, thank
Girls,
y'all for
work hard
me.
for this man. He's going to get y'all where y'all want to go. I promise.
Appreciate it. Like I said,
they're not going to have a choice but to work.
That's right. Thank you for Applebee's, and thank y'all for having us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. All right. Well, with all that said, we've got some scores and more from Tim Batman.
Scores and more.
All righty, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Last night, Athens all over Hazel Green. Well, actually, Hazel Green kind of got the first points in that game, but after that, it was just kind of all she wrote. Athens won 39-14 in that game. James Clemens lost their first one to Spain Park last night, 34-24. Jets jumped out ahead at first, and, they were looking good. Yeah. Second half came along, and they just had a running back that was just not to be denied pretty much. East Limestone got their first win of the season over West Limestone, 27-7. Ardmore defeated Madison County 23-0, and Clemens also another first-time winner over Tanner, 27-0. I think that was Tanner's homecoming, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I believe that's right.
I know it was Ardmore's homecoming last night.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's all the scores. As far as more goes, we'll be live at the Ardmore Car Show coming up next month, which is not too far away.
Nope.
So there you go. That's Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy.
All right, fellas, we're going to take us a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have our SEC guru, AP Steadham, joining us. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, "Alexa, open PAS Plus," and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Calhoun women's basketball coach Candace Burton, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomberlin alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg, and now we're joined by our SEC guru, AP Steadham. AP, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Now, where are we at today?
We in Oxford, Mississippi here.
Okay.
I just see the Ole Miss team come on the field for warm-ups. It's an overcast day. Hopefully the rain will hold off. And we'll see if Kentucky's defense can slow down this Ole Miss team that scores points in the locker room.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot of work, for sure.
That ain't happening,
man.
AP.
Yeah.
That's not happening today. with
Not
Ole
today.
Miss.
I'm not seeing it myself, but, I mean, it could be overconfident maybe, right?
Yeah.
Could be overconfident.
Well, I mean, Georgia struggled with them, so, you never know, I guess.
Yeah,
but I don't see it either. I'm like Coach Legg. Before we get into the
Right.
ACC play, did you happen to see any of the Miami-Virginia Tech game last night?
I did. I was watching quite a bit of that. And, I just like to bring up one point. I know you got some points to make. I was in favor of that fake field goal.
Really?
The fella missed the one block. It was a perfect call. He would have made the first down. They would have went up 34-17. He was going on the road, going for the win. So I like that aggressive call. It was one person missed one block. It's too bad. But, when you drive 75, 80 yards, I'm not putting that all on the missed field goal, fake field goal. You had a chance to play defense, too. They coach on that side as well, I believe.
That's true. That part is definitely true.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of these, like Soriano with the Eagles, they lost one game. They almost got beat at the game you were at last week by going forward on fourth down opportunities when they should be putting points on the board. NFL's different, than college when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, you know what? Credit to Miami. They did what they had to do. But
still,
but if they had kicked that field goal,
They were scoring points, man. Virginia Tech wasn't holding them back.
No, they
weren't holding them back.
But Virginia Tech kicks that field goal instead of going for it. They were in position to kick the game-winning field goal had they had not had to have a touchdown. That was my only thing. I'm like, and of course you can't foresee the future, and you're right. You got to make the block. That's what you're there to do, is make the block. So
yeah, they called a good play, wasn't executed, and then like I say, they throw the ball 75 yards. So in other words, my feeling was they weren't stopping them. You needed more points. Field goals, forget field goals. We need 7. We're looking for 7.
And it was a crazy ending.
We didn't have a defense to hold them off.
That's true. And it was a crazy ending. Coach Legg, did you see the ending?
I watched it this morning.
Oh, that was unbelievable. It could have gone either way.
Had to jump on. He had the jump ball, man. He had it. You got to hold that thing.
Yeah.
Like that's your life. Your life depends on it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't hold it all the way down.
Nope.
But the people is fussing the guy from Miami come out with a football.
Exactly.
Saying.
Miami did a great job.
But AP, this lends me to the fact that and I'm a closet Miami Hurricane guy now. I'll be the first to admit that.
Are you?
But let me tell you this. Here's why Miami's Miami. There's no way that Virginia Tech comes to Miami and plays that good against a Miami Hurricane team. It's supposed to have it all out there. We're supposed to be good.
They're supposed to be good, right?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you're at a place today where, in my opinion, they're one of the top 5-6 teams in the country. I think Ole Miss, Georgia, Bama, Tennessee are all at the top. I mean, everybody wants to always throw in Ohio State, but those guys can't play with the ones I just mentioned, y'all.
Not week in, week out, for sure. Maybe a game here or there.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm thinking Miami. I'm not sold on their defense, man. You got to play some defense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They got it when they needed it, though.
That's right.
Well, let's get into the big game of the week.
Yes.
Alabama, Georgia. It's been kind of a crazy. Georgia opened up 2.5-point favorite. Then Alabama was favored. Now Georgia's favored again. So obviously there's a lot of betting going on in the game, which all that aside doesn't matter. But you know, Alabama's kind of had their number, won 8 out of the last 10. Georgia has won 51 games and only had 2 losses in those 51 games, and both of those were to Alabama. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. That's wild. So my feeling is Alabama's going to try to run that football because they're missing a few defensive linemen, and they're just not the same defensively. I think Jalen Milroe, he'll get sacked a few times probably. Hopefully he'll learn something from last year where they sacked him 4 times for about, 60, 70 yards. Mm-hmm. So, but that Ryan Williams could be the X factor like always. You have a dynamic receiver. Georgia has some good receivers, but they don't have a Ryan Williams, okay? They have some good people. Oscar Jeff is a potential tight end, can be a factor in the ball game. But I just think Georgia's not the same team. And Alabama's more dynamic on offense. Defensively, they're both going to test their secondaries. We know this. Yeah. We know Jalen Milroe is going to try to throw along. We know that Carson Beck is going to go after that Alabama secondary as well. And it comes, could come down to the kicking game or whatever, that type of thing. But Alabama's playing at home. I just feel that they're going to win the ball game. It'll be close.
Have I told you guys how much I love AP Steadham?
he knows it, does.
I love you, AP. That's awesome. I'm going to tell you this. My wild card is the running game and our tight ends because we just got through talking about Ryan Williams. I think our tight ends, our dudes, we're Oots. I think the kid from Maryland.
Maryland transfer from Maryland.
Yes,
Dupree,
sir.
Was it Dupree?
Dupree. I think Dupree will have a big game. We got to do something besides taking shots way down the field.
Yes.
We learn to do checkdowns.
Right.
We'll be unstoppable offensively, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Hey, while we're talking, I want to give them a fair share. I really think Auburn wins today, guys.
Really?
I think Auburn I think they win good over Oklahoma.
But both teams playing, doing the quarterback shuffle, right? Both teams.
Yeah.
Got that quarterback shuffle going on. Auburn moves the ball, but who can win with 4 and 5 turnovers?
Nobody.
Nobody, right? Nobody. So they have to cut down the turnovers. Oklahoma has a good defense. I mean, they shut down Tennessee 25 points. That is pretty good defense to hold them to 25 points. True. That was at home. It's at home. But they have a good defense. Their offense is ranked, I think, 116 of Oklahoma.
Really?
Which is when you're in that 100 total offense, that's not good.
That's
right?
not good.
So, not good. They're on the road, so see what happens.
I think another interesting game to watch is Arkansas and A&M.
I like that Arkansas. I like that team.
It's at A&M, isn't it?
Arlington, Texas for the last time. Then it's home and home. Then it'll be home and home after that.
That's right.
But I like that trio: Taylon Green, Quinton Jackson, and Armstrong, the wide receiver, 6'4". I like that trio on offense.
I tell you who I'm not excited for. The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
No.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my.
We're trying to get it all together. Let's go to
this ain't the time to get it together.
Let's go to Texas.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh, my goodness. I hope they let them score in warm-ups, Mississippi State, because I think that's all that will happen.
I mean, and I don't know if Arch Manning's going to start. Why not? You got an off week next week.
I heard it's Arch, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mississippi State ain't got
it doesn't matter. They're going to score. They got a good offense. They have good people. Yeah, they're pretty tough. That's just pretty tough. They're confident, playing well, and they're playing these warm-up games right now.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's true.
Warm-up games.
That's true.
And
playing at home.
And last week the big buzz was, man, is Missouri as good as they are with Vandy? I think Vandy's better. I think Vandy played them good. You can't say Missouri's. I think Missouri's as good as anybody, man.
Yeah, Missouri got a good team. You know that game that Diego Pavia had played against Missouri 2 years ago at New Mexico State.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh wow,
he had a good game. 178 yards rushing, passing, and about 78 or 80 yards rushing as well. I knew he would play a better game this time, but I didn't know he'd be that tight.
Man, yeah. Hey, how's the weather? Is it pretty good down there in Oxford?
Slightly overcast. We're hoping the rain holds off. I think it will. It's a perfect day for football. It must be about 70.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not hot at all.
Hey, AP, stay out of the Grove down there, man. I heard bad things going on down there.
Are you kidding me?
Right next to I'll tell you, I'll show you where I was exactly. You would say you're right where you are. I'm right next to the Ole Miss cheerleaders at the moment.
And I was finna say, if AP walks through the Grove, the women are coming flocking, man. He's just a magnet.
That's custom made.
Yeah.
Custom made.
I mean, the Grove flocks to him. He doesn't go to the Grove.
Awesome.
That's for sure.
Oh my.
Well, AP, man.
I have some. Check us out. Hey, you got our show, the Book Report with Tyler Booker every week. Check it out, and our show AP and Kelly S. When you see it, check my updates today. We have a lot of photos. We have the video interviews after the game. So just check my Facebook and my YouTube page at AP Steadham and check everything out at AP and Kelly S. We see it as well on our YouTube. And
Sure
all
will,
social
buddy.
media platforms.
Well, all right, buddy. Well,
Thank
be
you.
safe, man. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy some good college football, and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks,
Bye-bye
buddy.
now.
Bye-bye. That was AP Steadham, our SEC guru. We're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
AP Steadham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard weekly on the AP and Kelly As We See It podcast on Anchor and Spotify. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
This is Tyree Washington, 400-meter world champion in track and field, former NFL player, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd, the talent, Tomerlin, and joining alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert and Coach Clint Legg. Special guests, call-in guests are provided by First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. And we've got on the hotline head coach of the West Limestone Wildcats, Coach Shelby Davis. Coach, man, I'd say how you doing, but I've got a good feeling I know how you're doing. Rough night last night.
Yeah, rough night last night. But look, at the end of the day, you know, football makes the lives of God. So if you put everything you got into that, you know, it would be a bad morning. But you know, there's a lot of tragedy going on over down in the southeast. That hurricane, that stuff. At the end of the day, we're just blessed. We got to play last night, and none of our folks are having to deal with any of that.
Yeah, well, it's a perfect outlook.
Well, I know. Coach, I can say this, man. You know, when y'all were kicking our tails when I was at East Limestone, we had this conversation with them. It's really a game, but it's really not any game that's going to hurt our chances of going to the playoffs, because that's why we play. We play it for several reasons to get us better playing a team like West, and it's not a region game. It's a gate game, which I don't know they didn't have a gate last night. But like Coach, you just got to regroup and get focused because you got a region game. I'm pretty sure this next week, right, Coach?
Yeah. So we got that next week, and you know, we take a lot of pride in our county games. I think we're 19-6 now in the last 7 years in the county, and
that's right.
Over about a little over 2 years being undefeated in the county. So it is what it is. That with the conditions and look, we are what we are. Okay, we small up front, and look, we couldn't take our five biggest and strongest and put them up front and match up with them last night. It's just not going to happen. It's not who we are. It's not what we have.
Yeah.
So we're small up front. We got a quarterback and throw it. We got receivers, and those kind of conditions aren't conducive to what we're really good at. I'm not making excuses or anything, but we shot ourselves in the foot too. So. It is what it is. When the biggest thing is, I told the guys, I'm not mad at them. I'm disappointed for them and our fans, our community. But the biggest thing is we got to wipe it. We hadn't. I felt all week like we didn't wipe the Central loss, and in life you're gonna get knocked down, and if you dwell on what's happened, you're not gonna be able to move forward and be successful. So we gotta wipe it, and we gotta move on.
Yeah.
Well, you said the word "shot ourselves in the foot," and that was you said that several times last week. So I was wondering if that may still be part of the equation last night.
It was. We had the opportunity to do some things and make some plays, and we just didn't make them and didn't execute. Some of that's the weather, some of that's us. So,
like Coach said, guys, in a hurricane, you got to be able to run the football, but you got to hold on to the football. Yeah. You got to be able to stop their run. Then you got a heck of a chance. Yeah. But if you can't run it, this is a game, and Coach Davis just said it, to where it helps to have the great big 300-pounders to smush you and to lay on you and hold you, because it's rained like crazy, and it's
when
not
you don't
conducive.
have them, you don't have
It's not
them,
conducive for Brady to throw it down the field to his receivers, man, because you just can't do that in that rain. But like you said, Coach, man, at the end of the day, man, y'all still got your season's right there, still way out in front of you, man.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing is we gotta wipe it, and we gotta move forward and find a way to get better and overcome some adversity. I don't think at times we've handled adversity real well. So. We just got to keep plugging away, as our motto's been all off season. We just got to keep knocking on the next opportunity. Eventually that door will open.
Yeah, well, I mean, and like you said, you've got to move forward. You can't. What happened against Central, what happened against East, that's done and over with. Whether it's a victory or a loss, that was last week, and you got to move forward. You got Hatton over there. I think they're 3-2, 2-2 in the area. I think they're coming off a big win last night. I don't remember against who. But so obviously, y'all coming off a loss, them coming off a win, their confidence may be a little higher. Do you know much about them, what they do, what they like to do?
Yeah, so I've seen them, on and off, through film exchanges, and they got a quarterback that can really go. They got a good running back. They're pretty big up front. I mean, they got a little receiver that can throw it, and they got, can run and catch it, and we got, they got some speed on defense. So, we'll just have to do a good job of, as coaches, giving our players the best chance to be successful, putting them in the right spots. At the end of the day, they got to make the plays, but it's our job to put them in those positions to make the play.
Well, how does their size match up with yours? Or
yours
they're
with bigger than us. Okay. Just about everybody we play is going to be bigger than us. We're pretty light, as far as, up front, both sides. And it just is what it is. We can't go get 5 big ones somewhere else. We just got to play with what we got and do what they're capable of doing. So, we'll make a couple of adjustments that we talked about last night before we made home. But, at the end of the day, we just, we got to go out there and execute and do what we're capable of doing.
And here's something else positive about what's going on there with Coach and Wes. Coach, tell everybody out there about your middle school guys are 5-6-0 right now, aren't they?
Yeah, our middle school's 5-0, and coming into the season, we talked about it. So, man, this may be the weakest middle school team that we've had, as far as talent and guys that have played, but. Man, they've done a great job, fantastic job. Our middle school coaches do a good job with them. I feel like, every time we take the field, and, middle school can be really sloppy sometimes, but I feel like, when you look at us in middle school, our kids, know what they're doing. They know where they're going. They're organized, so, that goes out to our coaches, middle school coaches. They do a great job with those kids, and, we're real proud of them. We got, I guess, East versus West Monday. I think East is 5-0. We're 5-0. So, we'll host them Monday and we'll get after it.
There you go.
Also, a reason, man. I know a reason why they're middle school, why they're doing a good job is, man, Coach Davis does such a good job in the off season during the season of working out. Some people don't do that, and when you do it like Coach does, you got a chance. Number one, for the middle school to get better in a hurry. Number two, them guys don't get hurt as often when you're lifting all the time. But some people still don't get that. Yeah. But, man, that's
it's a year-round deal.
Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you got a chance at the end to be good if you lift, like they do over there. So, Coach, you're going to be all right, man. Just like you said, dude, you got to get it regrouped and get rolling again. Win one, you back in it, man.
Well, we appreciate it. And in this game, momentum's a big deal. So hopefully we can get momentum back on our side this week.
Yeah, and we'll be rooting for that.
Yes, sir.
Tim, are you going to do a senior?
Yeah, let's do us another senior this week.
Well, let's go with Trey McWilliams. He's one of our senior wideouts. He plays slot for us. 2 or 3 year starter. He's been waiting all season to get his first touchdown. He's got a bunch of catches, but and so last night he finally caught one and he took off and got his first touchdown. He come to the sideline with a big smile, and as a coach, that's what you do this for, the smiles. At the end of the day, you want to win every game, but, seeing kids, stick it out, be tough, and be resilient, and then to see them smile, and when that hard work pays off, man, that's what it's all about. So, just super proud of Trey.
That's great. Well, Coach, man, I hope you have a great week of practice. I know they're going to work hard, and we'll be rooting for you next week against Hatton.
Sir.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all.
All right. That was Coach Shelby Davis, head coach of the West Limestone Wildcats. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach James Clemens, Jets, Chad McGehee. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Right now on a podcast platform near you. The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app, on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus, and online at jcwingmen.net.
This is Shelby Davis, head football coach at West Limestone High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd Talent, Tom Merlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg, and joining us on our First National Bank hotline, making communities great, is the head coach of the James Clemens Jets, Chad McGehee. Coach, man, what a tough game last night against Spain Park.
Yeah, it was, losing is never fun. That's what I told the kids. I said, but, in my opinion, you got two top 10 teams in the state. I don't care what classification, 7A, 6A. Somebody's got to lose, and somebody's got to walk out of there. And I think for us, it came down to about four plays that made the difference. And Spain Park's a really good football team. And we needed that. And I was proud of there's no moral victories, but I was proud of the effort of our kids and how we executed.
Yeah, well, one thing I've always been impressed by y'all, whether it's been you as head coach or the prior head coaches, and y'all aren't scared to go out there and schedule the tough ones. That's for sure. And that's how you obviously make yourselves better and prepare yourselves for the playoffs, because those are the teams that you will be playing. So hats off to you for always scheduling those teams, because, you certainly don't have to. You could play somebody and win, 40-10 if you wanted to, but that's not how you get better.
No, I told the kids we're going to grow from that. And, those guys look like Hercules getting off the bus. And, that's what we're going to see when we get into the first round of the playoffs. 5 of the teams that we pair up with are in the top 10 or were in the top 10 as of last week. And,
wow.
We're undersized and we don't look that way, but it's amazing how our kids go out and compete and play. And I'm going to be honest with you, we won the line of scrimmage last night on the offensive line. They dominated. We didn't finish a couple drives. That's on me a couple times. And I'm proud of our kids because, we went in with a 10th grade quarterback making his first start. Had our starting nickels out because we didn't want to play him just because we got region coming up next week and he was a little banged up. And then we lost our starting defensive end to an ACL last week, and then playing his backup on Monday night tore his ACL.
Oh, wow.
So we had some kids playing in different positions. And so, again, it was good for us to get those guys in a game where they're going to play moving forward because the next 3 weeks are the most important 3 weeks of the year for us.
Exactly, Coach. I saw where, I looked ahead. I know you got Florence, Sparkman, and I'm pretty sure Austin's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
That is huge 3. But, man, what's good, and I think the word of the day here is flush it. So I think you played somebody good that got you better just by them coming into town. and then you get to go to Florence next week. And or they come to you, or you got to go there, Coach McGehee, or is it
we're going there again this year.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Get back on track, get better, and like you said, man, you're playing Spain Park to get in the playoff, not to get in the playoffs, but to stay a while. And you don't stay a while by playing smaller teams that you can go beat the P out of. You know, you're not going to get no better like that. So
no.
Sounds like though, Coach, the injury bugs hit you. I don't want to go to Tunica with you right now. Sounds like you're getting pretty unlucky.
Yeah, you need to stay away from us. I mean, look, and that's part of it, and it happens, and I hate it, not for us and not for me. I hate it for the kids that have worked. I mean, you spend so much time in off season working, and your senior year, and something freakish happens, and I hate it for the kids, that miss out on that. But I mean, I just remember being at the media days early in August, and they were like, "What's the key to winning the region championship?" And I was like, number one, you got to stay healthy because I don't care who you are, there's not a lot of depth, and you start to get thin, and then you start to have to move pieces around. So we're on that cusp. We've got to stay healthy the rest of the year to finish this out, and this especially this 3-week stretch.
Yeah, well, you got Florence, like Coach Legg said. They were off this past week, but they're coming off a overtime win.
Lost.
Huh?
Florence lost.
They played Austin last night.
No,
they played Austin last night.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they had an off week.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got beat. Huh.
They may have had an off week against.
Well, then maybe they did.
I think Austin.
I don't know.
Coach McGehee, Austin's
they
pretty
were
good.
scheduled to play when we played Huntsville with all the rain.
That's
right. They canceled it and rescheduled to play the game the last night.
Oh, okay.
So they lost 20-0 to Austin.
I don't remember seeing that score. Wow. Okay.
But I mean, for them, they got as much rain as we got. They got it worse, and so they had to play in super wet conditions anyway last night.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that they didn't have an off week for y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just because they would have gave them another week for preparation. But
that's right. I'm glad too. So,
well, now you're gonna have fall break to deal with too.
Oh man, I can't stand it. I can't put it in any other words. I mean, not only we have region, and now we got parents that think they're going to go to Hawaii or Barbados and for the week of fall break, and we've had multiple meetings about it. We don't vacation on fall break. If you play baseball, you don't go spring break, and if you play basketball, you don't get Christmas break or Thanksgiving break. So it's a trade-off, and imagine we'll have. But we're going to stay normal schedule this week. Our 10th, 11th, 12th grade, our JV and varsity will. We go in the morning, so we'll be up there tomorrow for film and corrections and lift, and 6:30 on Monday morning. We're going to keep the routine.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, and you're so right. And it's funny how times have changed. Like, man, back when we were in school, Coach Legg was in school, Tim, all of us, which our parents knew better, right? Like, you just don't go anywhere on spring break, or back then AEA week is what it was called. But as an athlete, y'all can go if y'all want to. I'm staying with grandma or somebody because I'm not missing my games. I was not going to miss games, because you just, I don't know how many, you know how it is, Coach Legg.
Coach McGehee, Coach McGehee, them was the good old days when we started to school in September when there was no such thing as a fall break. True. When all of us
we didn't have fall break. Yeah,
we don't need it.
We got fall break, Christmas break. In Georgia, we had winter break, then spring break,
wow.
But like when we were in Georgia, fall break, the region was off. We didn't schedule any games, and so that was really nice because we gave kids a few days off and then came in later in the week. But hey, look, man, some of us kids got to make business decisions, and so we got to make business decisions too. So
that's true.
Well, you mentioned last night Matthew Evers got his first start. You know, he's a sophomore, gets thrown against Spain Park, and he had – I mean, we were just really happy with – and you sound like you were too, happy with his performance. Had a couple of picks. Of course, he's thrown into the wind, and I think maybe all the picks last night were like that.
Kind of hung up.
He only threw one pick. We had the running back threw the other pick, and
that's right. Both
of those were on me, and just they're right there before half. I told Coach Truitt to throw it, and we should have just ran it, punted it. It's just, man, the elements last night with kicking game. It's like, do we really want to punt into a 40-mile-an-hour wind and have that ball net 10 yards?
Yeah.
You know. And I was like, man, if we can just pick up a first down, and, that was on me. But I'm tell you what, from an execution standpoint on offense, it's the best we've looked.
Yes.
It's the sharpest. It's the cleanest. And, man, he ran the offense to perfection last night. Did a really good job with ball distribution. Stood in the pocket really well, I thought. And, made some nice throws given the conditions of the field. I mean, so I can't say enough now. I told the coaches, I mean, he's really not – he's a sophomore, but he's really not, because he practiced up with us all last year. We pulled him up. We let him practice with us, and then went back down and played ninth grade and some JV. So he was Ty Marsh's backup last year. So he's been – so important for those quarterbacks to be in the everyday meeting room and the meetings with the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator for 2 years. So he's a little more seasoned than just throwing out a sophomore that just got up off the ninth grade squad.
Yeah, that's true. Now, a couple of their scores, I think at least two of them, Spain Parks, came on a short field too.
Yeah, I mean, the interception right before the half, and we always try to defer to – I think it's important you win the last 4 minutes of the first half, and you've got to win the first 4 minutes of the second half. Well, we didn't win the toss, and Spain Park deferred, and to their credit, they won the last 4 minutes and the first 4. And that was the difference in the ball game. And, and it's and we knew they were a really, really good football team. They were going to put up points, and they will. They got, the quarterback's Clemens commit. Number 17 is going to have all kinds of offers. He's already picking up the receiver. 7's really good, and they were massive. They were huge up front. And, at the end of the game, I think they kind of felt like they could just lean on us a little bit, and did. But they did have 2 short fields. Now, I mean, look, we had a look that we saw on film coming out of half, and we were going to steal that possession and execute. I mean, we had it set up. We kicked an onside kick. Our kicker just picked it up about a half yard too early. If we'd have just let it go 10, it was there, and that was a great job by our special teams coordinator, Coach Evans. And we had worked it. And I told the kids at halftime, look, when we played Hoover last year and went in at half and we were up, and we had to kick off to them in the second half, we had an onside kick look that we really liked, and I was too conservative. I told the kids last night before we went back out, like, we're not playing to compete, like, we're playing to win, and we're going to try to go win the game. And told them we were going to do it, and if they recovered, we were going to be on short field. But I felt well enough. Even if they scored, we were playing well enough offensively. We were going to go take the lead back. And unfortunately, we stalled out down in the red zone and threw that interception. So, I mean, hey, look, Alabama and Georgia are going to play today, and somebody's going to lose that game. But those are 2 good football teams.
Yeah.
It's just, same last night. I thought our kids fought hard, and man, we're going to grow from it, be better for it.
Well, we mentioned Florence earlier. What have you seen out of them?
Well, they got everybody back on defense, and we really, really struggled with them last year, and they are really good on defense. It'll probably be the best interior that we've played as far as a defensive standpoint from nose and tackle. We've played some really good edge defenders this year and some good second-level defenders, but their interior is going to be really stout, and they are really tough. They're really tough to score on defense, and offensively, they've got a new quarterback this year, a baseball kid. He's got a big arm. But the scary part about those guys are they've got 3 or 4 guys that can make a difference in 3 or 4 plays because they are so explosive and got great speed. So, as always, for us, we have to be in the right spot and we have to gain +1 and run fits and we've got to tackle. We got to tackle a lot better than we did last night. So that's another growth that we'll have to take care of.
Well, they had a pretty big guy to try to tackle last night too.
Yeah. Two of them. Those two hadn't skipped curl day in the weight room in 10 years. So they were massive. So, but we still got to tackle, and you got to tackle well, and so we'll continue to do it as we do every week. We'll have to tackle well in Florence and gain tackle, and we're just gonna have to refocus this week. And our kids, it's been put out. They know, like last night was a bonus game. It was one to grow from, and let's cut it loose. But these next 3 weeks are going to determine who's going to win the region and who's going to travel to Central Phoenix City for the first round of the playoffs. So we definitely want to be at home and hosting and doing that for our community.
Well, let's see if we can get a couple of seniors out of you before we let you go.
The first senior's number 2, Dylan Laughlin. Dylan's a young man that's a receiver. He's our holder. He's on special teams. He's a great program guy. Been with us for 4 years. Hard worker. Just great young man, character-wise. And, I can't say enough good things about him. And he's the kind of guy you want in your program, and has done an outstanding job. Phenomenal hands. So he's been good for us. And then DJ Davis, number 4, are starting Mike linebacker, 2-year starter. Picked up a couple of college offers here lately, mainly Tuskegee being probably one of the better offers he's had this summer at camp. And he's been an anchor in there. He leads the team in tackles, does a phenomenal job for us. So I think he's got a really bright future playing linebacker somewhere. And, he's a kid that moved into our program and had a learning curve to how we do things and has really done an outstanding job of fitting into our program over the course of the last 3 years since he got here. So he's one of the ones we got to keep healthy for sure. Like I talked about earlier, but phenomenal young man, as all our kids are.
Well, good deal. Coach, man, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be rooting for you next week against the Falcons, and know y'all are going to pull out a victory, man.
Yes, sir. We're going to try.
All right. We're going to take us a quick break. We were just joined by head coach of the James Clemens Jets, Chad McGehee. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Second 11 from the 31. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Back to throw. He throws across the middle. Touchdown!
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports.
This is former University of Georgia guard Mike McWhorter, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd, the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg. We're now joined by the head coach of the Ardmore Tigers, Coach Jonathan Snider. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. How are y'all?
We're doing all right, bud. Madison County last night, pretty good big win, 23-0. Sound like everything went pretty well, I'd say. Shutout was great on any level.
Yeah, it was a good night, to I guess persevere through all the elements, the driving rainstorm, the 30-mile-per-hour winds or whatever it was, and for our kids to not allow that kind of stuff to bother them or affect how we did, in the game or how we came out for pregame, the whole 9 yards. Plus, it was homecoming on top of that. There were some changes to things because of the weather, and we really proud of our kids for handling all that the proper way, and got a turnover early. Was able to punch it in pretty quick and sort of set the tone for the game, and really made them quit. Like they didn't. Our kids put their foot on their throat and made them quit, which is what we really preached to our kids, and we got a team down to not let them breathe, and that's what we did.
Man, Coach, I know it was like you said, man, last night was like we were in the middle of a car wash and people don't like me everywhere. Awful. But Coach, man, when I think about your team and the way it's built, you play the heck out of some defense. You do a great job over there on that side of the ball, and y'all have those running backs in a running game that, hey man, the running game, what people don't understand is this era of fancy football. We're going to play fast. We're going to have 3-5. We're going to have 5 wide. It does not work last night.
The weather didn't always permit.
They're able to run it.
Yeah.
From what I see, Coach. That's why it was 23-0. That's why I think, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, Coach. Don't slap me when you see me. The rest of the season, Ardmore's got a chance every game, if not win them all, because of their ability to run the football and play the heck out of some defense.
Well, I appreciate that. We still got to find some things where we got a lot of areas we can get better at. Of course, not just coach speak to everybody, but. We still had a couple of turnovers last night, had a couple of drives that stalled out where we couldn't get a first down or punch it in that would have really extended the score that, down the road, is going to be very beneficial. We can find that button to push. But, that's my whole life growing up and throughout my entire coaching career. I've always been a part of a staff or a part of a team where, it was important to play really good defense. It was important to establish the line of scrimmage. And I know that may be cliche, but, especially at a place like Ardmore, if we can do that, we've got a chance to be successful and be competitive in most every game that we play. And, hats off to our kids for taking ownership in that style of play and being very, very unselfish, especially in the backfield, having 2 running backs and receivers that are playing where you didn't need to throw the ball last night because of the weather, but being unselfish to go out and block and do what they need to do to help us win. Defensively, I think Madison County had 1 first down on the second drive of the game, and after that, I think they ended up with negative total yards. So defensively, we challenged them all week, and we were one of those
Hey, we wanted to pin our ears back and go get them, and they answered the bell to that.
They sure did. I mean, negative yards. Exactly. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. But Coach, I tell you this too, in a situation like that, which is awful last night for everybody. When you go up on somebody, a lot of the teams, not a lot, some teams will go, hey man, I want to go get on the bus and go home. This rain ain't no fun. Yeah. My butt's wet. My feet's wet. My hair's getting wet. They don't like it, man. Yeah. And when you can get up on them, and you can start hitting them.
It's demoralizing.
They're ready to go home. And obviously did that, Coach. But, Coach, looking ahead, I see where next you got Lawrence County. Do you got to go there, or do they come to Ardmore?
They're coming to Ardmore.
Now, is that next week, or do y'all have an off week?
No, we have a bye week next week.
That's what I thought.
So, we got a chance to get some – we played without which we got one defensive starter that's out for the year, but we've got 2 receivers that were out last night and a couple of the guys banged up. So, we got a chance to get healthy going into the Lawrence County game, and fortunately they come to Ardmore, in 2 weeks.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Real fortunate, man, because Coach Snider will tell you it's a different animal going down there to play.
It's a different world.
Officiating's a little funny, and
I'm not going to comment on that.
I don't expect you to. That's what I'm here for.
Coach, I'll take it. Yes, it is, and yes, and listen, this is what Coach ain't going to tell you. I'll tell you this: a lot of places don't take pride in where the visiting teams have to dress. I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm just saying, I would never want to win in a situation where, I mean, we got a very small locker room down there. I know Coach Snyder's going, well, y'all got a crappy place, but at least I'll look at the tops, Coach. I'll use whatever you need to down there at Clemens. At least we got toilets that flush and work and try to take care of them. But anyway, but Coach, I've been impressed with the job you guys are doing, the way your kids are playing. It's really good, and I see. I mean, I don't want to look ahead for you, but I see a playoff run for you guys, and like I said, man. But just when you think one team is going their way down, East comes out last night, 27-7.
Right.
Yep. And
well, you know as well as I do. We looked at it and we felt like, of course, you want to win all of them. We felt like though if we could be 4-2 going into our bye week, to get some people healthy to maybe. Do this, that, and the other during the bye week to get ready for the 3-game stretch that we knew that teams that we could be competitive with. Mm-hmm. We felt like we put ourselves in a position to make a playoff run. Now we just got to go execute. And, it's not taking anything away from Lawrence County or East Limestone or West Point or anybody like that. But, we got to take care of ourselves. And I feel like always if we can take care of ourselves, everything else will sort of take care of itself. And, we really got to focus on that this week. And then next week, turn our attention to Lawrence County and, hey, see what happens.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Another thing I want to commend young coaches, and I don't think I brought this up this year, but I called a game for y'all earlier, I think against Clemens, and the numbers y'all have. I mean, obviously you and the staff has created an environment where kids are wanting to come out and participate.
That's right.
And that's a big deal. I mean, it just is. I mean, even if all of them aren't maybe, top level athletes, they're working hard. They're pushing themselves to get better, which only makes everybody else get better. But it's impressive to look across the field and see the numbers. I just don't remember numbers being like that at Ardmore in the past.
But we have 68 kids 9 through 12.
Wow.
We've got about 50 kids in our middle school program, 7th and 8th graders.
That's great.
And I mean, football teaches you a lot of life lessons, and so we try to keep those kids around. It helps you practice, but we also try to throw our JV kids a bone too. I had a coach tell me, one of our coaches on staff said, "Coach, you give JV guys more reps than anybody I've ever been around, because we implement our JV offense versus defense every day in our team period. So they're not just being scout teamers all the time. So they feel like they're creating some value, and plus it gives them a chance to say, hey, if I can figure out how to play this position and grow a little bit in the weight room in the off season, I may be a guy we can count on next year." And I credit that to Cody Gross. He did that a lot. At Athens, still does it. And sort of carry that, up here, and it's really helped us in the long run of those kids feeling like they mean something to the team more so than just being a practice dummy.
Hey, and one other thing too, Coach, I think the NIL money that Ricky Widener and Ella Mecca throws in this.
yeah.
That's helping along the way. Right?
I hope Midge is listening to this. Appreciate all the money.
Well, hey, he's
rolling in.
He's got it.
Shane Emerson and Daryl Bryant, that whole crew. I appreciate all that.
Kevin Dunn,
money from the
Yes, sir.
mafia, as they call them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coach, man, really proud of you, dude. Keep it up, man. Keep it up.
I appreciate it.
Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Well, now you said you're going to be turning your attention to Lawrence County. Have they got is there an MO that they've gone by for the past several years that you're kind of expecting out of them?
Well, they're going to be extremely physical. They're huge on both sides of the ball. I haven't watched film on them. I've seen them because they played Russellville, so I've seen them on film. Just in that aspect, I haven't broke them down, but they're huge. They're going to. They got a 4-year starter at quarterback. They started a lot of young kids when Coach Walker and we got the respective jobs at the same time. So this is his 4th year over there, and they started a bunch of young kids, and they took some lumps. But the last 2 years, as those kids became juniors and seniors, they have been highly successful, and he creates a program that fits the kids at Lawrence County. Very physical. They've got some speed. They're going to run the football. They're going to play cover 1 or cover 0 on defense and pack the box, which is what we always get. So, it's one of those deals where I think it's 2 very similar teams. They may be a little bit more senior laden, maybe have a little bit more experience than what we have, but play them at home. Hopefully, have a great atmosphere. In 2 weeks will highly benefit us and our kids.
Well, I mean, just to be honest, Tim and Todd, they are big, I'm sure. But let me tell you something else, too. Ellis kid that plays for Ardmore is not like he's a little anorexic.
He's not a child.
He's
not a child.
He's a daggum monster. And Coach, how much does your son weigh?
He's 275 as a sophomore center.
How about that?
Yeah, you out of the house.
Yeah. About that, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. That's why I mean, like I said, Coach, I feel real good about the rest of the year for you guys. I think y'all match up with everybody you play.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get another senior.
All right. Cooper Dorning. Cooper is a guy that came out as a sophomore, was really going to be an integral part of our football team this year. But Cooper ended up tearing his ACL back in the summer, so he's out for the year. But I'll tell you something about Cooper is that he's there every day. He does exactly what he needs to do to continue to be a leader on the football team. He encourages all of our kids. He's at every workout. He's at every practice. He's at the games, on the sideline, keeping kids' heads up. And, very easy for him as a senior to dump his head and not, not be a part of it. But yet he's taken on a leadership role given those circumstances and has really taken ownership in that. And really proud of Cooper and love the young man, great young man. But, he's an integral part of our success.
Well, good deal, Coach. Well, man, good luck. Have a great week of practice, great weeks, I guess. And we'll be rooting for you against Lawrence County, man.
Hey, car show's next Saturday.
That's right.
Ardmore, October
we'll
5th.
be there.
All right, good deal.
Absolutely. Well, all right. We're going to take us a quick break. That was Coach Jonathan Snider, head coach of the Ardmore Tigers. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to East Limestone's Adrian Villa, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, plus a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Now that you've got that new place on the water, BP Riverworks can finish the picture with a boathouse, dock, or seawall. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Takes the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He's at the 20, the 10.
Can he
He's
get
going to
there?
recover.
Yeah.
Touchdown, James Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net, on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, or on your PAS Plus app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays at Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is Clemens High School head coach Brick Pugh. You're listening to Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg, and joining us off his first victory of the year, head coach of the East Limestone Indians, Coach Will Johnson. Man, Coach, congratulations, buddy.
Man, I appreciate it.
That had to be a great feeling. 27-7 over the Wildcats. Obviously a county rival, cross-county rival, and West Limestone, I guess for lack of a better word, you could say has kind of dominated the county scene the last few 100%. Years, So, that's a huge win, man.
Yeah, it was massive, man. I'm proud for our kids. I'm really proud for the seniors who, haven't beat them yet in their career. And so, man, we had an excellent week of practice. Wednesday we finished up, and I felt as good as I felt in a long time. They really came out and were ready to work this week. And, man, we finished the deal on Friday, right? We worked. I told them we're punching the clock all week, and your payday's Friday. And, man, we got paid pretty well. So
maybe it should have been homecoming after all.
Yeah, no doubt about that, right? Yeah, and, I don't know if them girls would have appreciated all that rain. But I'm thankful for the people that came, out in the conditions that they were. Man, we had a pretty good crowd still, out there battling the weather. And so, man, I'm so proud for our kids and our community.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Coach. I was just going to say.
No, man, first of all, I'm glad. Here's one thing I'm glad before we even get started. Will finally got his woman back, finally won a game. She's been hiding out for him, finally got her back. Good for Will.
No doubt.
Good for Will. Good for Will. Man, that's good.
No doubt.
That's good.
But two of the biggest games of the year, Russellville a couple weeks ago, then West, and then stinking weather just kills the gate, man.
Yes.
And I hated that for y'all so bad. I mean, I hate it for any school, obviously, but and everybody's been affected. But still, for those that came out, I know that was a big deal. And just to be able to beat them, and I think we talked off air a little bit. I believe they only had 1 yard rush, and so for a defense to be able, and I don't care if it was a middle school, somebody's going to accidentally get 20 yards.
100%.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Yeah.
Man.
We really only gave up 2 plays all night defensively. We gave up the 50-yard touchdown, and we just got out of position in the secondary, and then again gave up probably 15, 20-yard pass right there towards the end of the game. Lakin, our safety, almost came in and made a really good play on the ball, but just missed, and so they caught it. And then, like I said, other than that, we were able to stop them, shut them down. And so, man, for our defense coming off that Priceville game where I was really disappointed in the way we played, we really responded. And so, we've been challenging them, man. And I'm telling you, if we'll play that way with that effort and that intensity, there's a chance for us to beat everybody we play. And so I hope they realize that now. We're going to talk Monday morning when we go in and meet. watch film and all that, and get ready for Lawrence County. It's got to be that intensity, that effort. It doesn't matter the name across the jersey, because I know playing West brings it out of them. I mean, everybody knows that's a big rivalry game. The series was tied, I think, last night, 26 apiece, and now, we've taken the lead back, and hopefully we don't give it up for a while. But, that's the deal. It can't matter about who you're playing. We got to go out there and play our brand of football, and I hope they realize that now.
Yeah, and if you do that, it doesn't matter what the other names on the jersey is, the school is. That's right.
Last night, Will, I want to ask you this question. Yeah. What surprised you that you were able to do that you really thought you could, but it was really better than what you thought it would be last night?
The run game, because coming off of Priceville, we wasn't able to run the ball very well. We only had about 100-something yards rushing. We go out, and I think we ran the ball for like 318 last night. They've got a really good middle linebacker, the Preston kid. He's a phenomenal player, great kid. And, I thought he was going to give us some fits, and he did. He made some plays like he's going to. But we were able to consistently run it when we wanted to. That we were in control, I felt like, of the game. They never dictated what we wanted to do. And even in the weather, we threw it a few times and completed, I don't know, I think we threw it 7 times, and I think we only had 2 incompletions. And so Jake did a really good job. He's finally starting to get the confidence to pull the ball and run. Because, man, he's a special player. Jake Cochran is fast as anybody I've coached. And so if he just gets some confidence running the ball, pulling it on zone read stuff and, even our gap scheme reads, if he'll pull it and take off, there's not many people that's going to catch that kid.
It makes it really hard to defend,
100%.
People don't understand this about Cochran. Cochran's a track guy.
Yep.
And if he gets around the edge, I don't know of anybody left on the schedule. I'm just saying this, they can catch him once he gets going.
Yeah.
And you add an inside run game to what he can do, if you can run it just a little, Jake can make up for it.
Yep.
But in a situation when it's a hurricane, I'm going to say it again. Last night was a hurricane. Number one, you can't turn the ball over.
No.
Number two, you got to play good run defense, and you got to be able to run the football. You can say, we're 5 wide. You better run the football.
100%.
You better. And last night, man, like you said, it sounds like to me, you held them to a few yards rushing.
Yep.
You were able to run the football. And turnovers, did y'all have turnovers?
We had, I know we had one. We had one fumble.
How about them?
I think they had 4 or 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You lose it,
man. And there was one that was definitely a fumble, man. The ball got turned up on the kid's back. The officials blew it dead. Said it's forward momentum. The ball was out before that ever happened, so we should have had one more.
Oh, we don't have bad officials, man.
No, of course not.
Of course not. No, they did such a good job last night.
Who was your leading rusher last night?
Leading rusher was Adrian Villa with I think he ran up with 160 yards, something like that, rushing. Jake had another 100 and, like I said, 110. Then R.J. Lavender came in as the second string running back, but whatever you want to call it, he's getting reps. And, man, I challenged him this week to really have a good week, and he came out and ran the ball extremely well, and he had 80-something yards rushing. So just all-around effort from our guys, and I was proud of them all.
And Coach Davis said this, your size up front, O-line, and D-line against their size, which their O-line is not, Landon Adams last year was a huge,
massive
6'2", 290, 280 kid. They're just not over there. And you guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're pretty big up front. I know Davis is a big kid.
Yeah.
And here's when I've always been this guy with O-linemen. I get in arguments with O-line coaches like Will's O-line guy too. I like the quick guys and go ball. I don't. I like big, fat dudes that can move a little.
Take up space.
In a rainstorm,
they're the perfect
kiss
ones.
them in the mouth.
No doubt.
In a rainstorm, I want to kiss them in the mouth. I like that. I like them.
And we're big. Davis is extremely athletic to be his size. He's a big kid. Davis is probably, 6'2", 280, something like that. He's a perfect size kid. He's going to be able to play college ball somewhere if he wants to, if he continues to grow and work like he is. Blake Owens, our quick tackle, whatever you want to call him, he has come on extremely well. We made him a captain last night because he has been tremendous lately in how he's doing the team stuff. He's being a great cheerleader on the sideline. He's doing all the right things in practice, and he's going to be really good. And we're young up front. We've got 3 10th graders, guard, center, guard, and then 2 juniors at tackle.
So right there in the middle.
So they're all coming back.
Boy.
Keep going. Tell these guys in radio about your middle school football.
Hey, man, middle school football is absolutely on fire right now. They're undefeated. JV and middle school both are. And we're going to play West on Monday for
both
JV
undefeated.
Middle school, yeah. And so that's going to be another good game. I'm excited to watch them. Aiden Powers is going to be a really good offensive defensive lineman for those guys too, and they're huge. They've got a lot of size too in the middle school group, and then we've got 2 tremendous athletes, down there too. So I'm fired up about the future of East Limestone. If we just continue to do what we're supposed to do and continue the path, I think there's some good things to come.
Yeah,
we just got to continue to do it.
We're not going back to why I asked about your leading rusher.
Yeah,
I figured Adrian was the one.
Yep.
And I just wanted to pass along. He's our athlete of the week this week.
Awesome, good. I'm so glad.
He gets the gift card and the T-shirt.
I'm so glad. That kid deserves it, man. He is a tremendous kid, before he's a tremendous football player. He is a guy that I'm extremely glad is on our sideline. He is he's one that's going to lead the right way and do all the right things all the time. He is a really, really good kid, and so I'm proud for him. That's awesome to hear.
That's good.
Hey,
good for him.
Going back to one of his players, Davis Williams, you know why you'd like him, Todd? He lives in a house full of Auburn folks, and he's Alabama.
That's right. Be yourself. Be that individual. Don't go with the stroke.
But, Coach Davis, when I was there as assistant principal, I've never heard him say it but 2 or 3 words.
He don't talk a lot. He don't talk, and that junior group is full of guys like that. Brantley Stinson, he's the same way. They don't talk, but, man, they go out there and work their tail off.
Sometimes, actions are louder than words, 100%. Right?
And Davis is the one Wednesday in that last workday practice was phenomenal. He came out and was absolutely dogging kids. And JJ, a freshman, JJ Jones, they worked each other to death. And, man, I think it really paid off for us, at the end of the day. And so I hope we can continue to do that in our practices going forward. We I tell them all the time, the way you practice is exactly how your game's going to go.
That's right.
It's the truth of the matter. And, nowadays a lot of people want you to be easy and take it easy in practice and all that. Well, sometimes you do. Now, don't get me wrong, you slow it down and all that, but, man, you got to be physical and you got to get after each other. And we did that this week. And so we've got to continue that. And like I said, we got a shot against anybody we play if we're doing that.
Now you can, man. It's just the mentality is now we got to stack them.
Yep.
We can't win one and West.
Yep.
But here's our issue. Our issue is now we're trying to stack wins against the University of Mars Hill, Clemens, and Lauderdale County, who are 2 of the best top programs.
It's a little tougher, But and speaking of which, you got Lawrence County. They're coming off a big win against Haleville. They're 4-2 and 1-2 in the area. What do they do? Anything that might give you fits, if anything?
Their quarterback is very, very good. He makes good decisions. He's athletic. He can throw it pretty well. They got good receivers, good O-line. They're going to run it too. A lot of counter, a lot of power duo type stuff. And so they're going to be very similar to what we've seen. Russellville is very similar to what they're going to be probably as far as scheme goes. And like I said, the quarterback is good. And so we've just got to play really well in the secondary, play action. They're going to, so far they've done a few trick. They're going to have some kind of trick play. We've got to be disciplined in the back end so we don't let them behind us.
Yeah, you don't want to get burned.
100%. And so they're physical. They really believe in their team. They've done Coach Walker's done a tremendous job of getting that thing right, and they believe in what they're doing. And so it's going to be a very tough task going over to their place and win. But I'm excited for the challenge, man. I haven't played Lawrence County since I was at Danville as a player back in the day. And so I'm excited to go back over there. I know it's going to be a tough place to go win, and so I'm excited, man. I'm going to go home here in just a minute and start diving into film from what they sent us last night. And so, we've got a couple of games on them already that I've seen, and so hopefully we can get in there and get a good game plan together. And again, it's just going to be who's going to run the ball better and who's not going to turn it over and who's going to play good defense, man. That's football in a nutshell.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us.
How about a senior for?
I don't know. Tim's want to do a senior. You got to get his headset on.
By the way, Tim's sponsored by Applebee's as well.
That's right.
What's going on here.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a senior.
Let's do it. All right, man. Senior spotlight. I'm trying to think of somebody I haven't done yet. Here's one. I'll give you Spencer Williams.
That'll work.
Spencer Williams, number 53. He's a defensive lineman for us. Man, he brings such good energy. Last night he was about unblockable. I think he had 1 or 2 fumble recoveries.
Nice.
Man, had a great night. And so, man, Spencer has been really, really good for us. I'm glad he came out. And, man, he's small. You wouldn't think he's a great D lineman, but, man, they can't block him because he's fast as crap.
That's awesome.
You know, I think when we ran 40s, he was up there in the top of the 40 runs this summer. And so, man, I've been really happy with him.
We have to give him some juice and give him the ball every now and then.
No doubt about
just
that.
Just to, throw him a bone.
He could definitely play a little wingback for me now, I promise.
Awesome. Well, Coach, man, congratulations
man.
on your first
Keep
victory
rolling.
as a head coach.
I appreciate it.
That's a huge night.
Yes, sir.
I don't care who you're playing, but like I said, to do it against the rivals is even bigger.
Yes, sir.
So we're proud of you, and congratulations. So, all right, we're going to take us a quick break. Coach, we appreciate you being here with us. When we come back, we'll be talking to the head coach of the Tanner Rattlers, Matt Smith. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens Sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Good morning. My name is Smokey Hodge, former linebacker at Auburn University. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomlin, joined alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Coach Clint Legg, we were expecting to get head coach Matt Smith on the phone, and Tim is still trying, so I think me and Coach Legg are probably just talk a little bit about sports. So,
well,
Coach,
I'm sorry.
So, no, you're good, Coach. So, we're waiting on Coach Smith to join us if he's able to. So we can talk a little bit about Alabama, Georgia, if you want to do that. I'm feeling decent. I am worried about our secondary, man. I'm worried about our secondary. They got a good quarterback, receivers, obviously. At least they don't have Brock. What's his name?
Can I make you feel better?
Please do.
Let me make you feel better.
Please do.
If you've watched Alabama play all of our games we played, have you seen since we played them dialing up blitzes and blitzing anybody? No.
No.
He's got to do that. And I think he will, but I want one of them blitz days where you blitz and start it and never stop it.
Stop it. Just pile on.
Just keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on.
Make
Because those
them have
corners
to
are
think
young.
about it.
They're
Yeah.
freshmen.
Yeah.
And
You just
we are
can't leave him
playing
out there
Georgia.
on the island if he's got time to throw.
right.
He'll kill us.
But I'm going to say this. I mean, Milroe, if he's accurate, but he's more accurate when you get him involved. Let him run the ball early in the game. Let's get him hit a
Get him
couple
hyped
times.
up
Yeah.
a little bit, confidence. Yeah, get him hit a little bit, let him know he's in the game. They've obviously got a few defensive players out from injury, so that.
But they still got good ones coming.
Oh, heck
back.
yeah!
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give Gavin and Baylor a little love on this. I think without a doubt they're still, if not one B in the country.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Texas, what it is, but I tell you what, let's let Texas go to Atlanta, Georgia, and play Georgia. Yep. Let's let Texas go to Athens and play. Yep. Everybody's good in Austin. They're good at Austin, Texas, man.
Yeah.
But I don't.
And I agree. That's one of those deals where, them in Oklahoma just joining the conference. They haven't made it through a whole conference season year.
That's right.
And when you do that year in, year out, it's different. It's just different than any conference. Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, whatever.
Proven dominant programs, Georgia, Alabama, proven.
Yeah.
Proven. And I'm not trying to discredit Texas and say they're not.
No.
I'm not saying that. And Tennessee is Heupel's got them great.
Yep.
They're great right now. And it's going to be tough to play when that time comes in Knoxville. And for anybody.
Man. He's got them all going in the right direction right now.
Dude, man, it's definitely.
That's the
league.
thing. You've got Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU. Who else? I don't know. I'm leaving somebody off, I'm sure.
I think Missouri's good.
Missouri. You got A&M. Arkansas is coming along. I think Arkansas can beat A&M today, even though it's at A&M. I think it should be a good game. A&M's favored by like 5.5, but
I think I got Matt on the phone.
Oh, okay. So we have finally got Coach Matt Smith of the Tanner Rattlers on the phone. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing all right, buddy. Coming off a tough one last night. We got Coach Clint Legg with us. So he's going to be kind to you, though.
Yeah, he was there. We it's all love between me and him, and he knows that I'm proud of Brick, and they did a great job. Their game plan was better than ours, and they came out with the win last night. And in a rainy situation, they had the size and the athletes to back it up. So they did a great job game planning, and they executed really well last night.
Yeah. Well, you brought up the size, and it's one of those things where, this just for people that don't know, Clemens isn't very big themselves, but they're still a good bit bigger than you, for sure. And that just shows you, because y'all are so young, just so young. And they're learning, though, and you're doing a great job with them. Obviously 27-0, it's hard to take much good out of that. But, did you see some good things, at least from your guys?
Yeah, we moved the ball pretty good. Both running backs were pretty right on to what they've been averaging all year, a little bit better. I think the O-line is getting better and better every game. Right now we started 8th grader at center. We started 2 9th graders at guard, and we started 2 10th graders at the tackle. So we're looking good for the future, but we're gonna have some growing pains. But they're coming together pretty well throughout the season. So I'm pleased with their effort, and going forward, I think we're going to be really dominant up front. These guys are getting some experience, and they're getting some battle scars. So they'll be ready to hand out some of this tough love like somebody else.
They sure will.
And for people that don't know, I'll let you know, man. I did graduate high school at Clemens, and I am the principal at Clemens. But I also spent the best years of my life and acquired relationships. I absolutely love guys from Tanner as much as I love my own kids. And I'm going to be right in the middle of these because I love Matt like he's my son. I love Brick like he's my son. Here's the similar situations. They inherited what they inherited. It's almost like a whole season in spring training. I got to sift through it. There are still people on Matt's team, just like there's still people on Brick's team that ain't all in. But the young dudes will be if you keep hammering them.
Yeah.
You keep hammering. This is the way we do it. This is the way we act. This is the way we do it. This is the way we work. This is what happens when you don't work hard. Then you got it.
Yeah.
Then you got it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's it, man. It's nothing at all, man. I mean, like last night was a awful situation on both sides of the football to play football in. You know, it was a hurricane. And then when you're a 2A, 3A school, we don't have all the stuff that, if we were James Clemens, we got everybody's hooked up. You know, we got more football. We got we got limitless supply of towels and stuff to make sure we're good. But it wasn't good last night. And like I said, with a young team, just like it's been us, when it goes bad early, it's hard to make them focus, man. It's raining, coach. It's coming a hurricane, coach, and it's just like that. Man. I mean, it is what it is. But if we would have played, and Matt's watched us on film, with the effort we give last night, if we played the weeks before like that, we've got a lot better record than what we got. But we played good against them. We had a good game against them. Yeah. I mean, I hope it carries over. But Matt's not – I'm telling y'all, everybody will listen to me. He's got a couple dudes on his team. 21 is as good as anybody we've played all year for him. He's a young kid. What grade is he in, Matt? 21?
He's a junior. He's a junior.
Still a young kid. He's back next year. Two is a good one. All young kids, man. And like I told – me and Zacoby talked a little bit last night after the game. I said, these guys have got to buy in and want to become what it was when I'm not going back to the 90s, Matt, but I'm going to go back to them guys. They all believed in each other, believed in what LaRon was selling, believed in the whole 9 yards, and there is no difference. I mean,
Coach Smith's a product of all that.
He's 100% he is. I mean, like I said last night, man, I see what Matt's doing. I love Matt to death. I'm always here for Matt, no matter whatever happens. But I'm just saying, just keep the Tanner bit. Just keep buying in, keep supporting it, and keep understanding that this ain't no. If Matt thought he was going to be 10-0, just like Brick, well, they're crazy. Yeah. You got to fix it first before you can get better. You know what, Matt?
Yeah, and we with everything that we had, that everybody graduated and. We had like 14 graduate. I'm not sure exactly how many Clemens had graduate, but like you said, me and Brick inherited what we got. And like last night was one of them moments where it's like, I want to win every game. I plan on winning every game, and that's how we look at it. But when when Brick was walking across the field, and I'm walking across the field to meet up with him, the coach on me is like, damn, we lost. But, the little brother across the field walking across is like, man, he got his first win. I congratulated him. Yeah. Told him, good job. His game plan was better than mine, and they were able to execute better than our team was. And they deserved to win. That was his first win. And now for the rest of our lives and the rest of our coaching careers, he'll be able to hang it over my head. And I'm probably going to have to listen to it.
Oh, Coach Pugh would never do that to you at all. Never do that.
At the end of the day, you can't hold it too much. Matt's a lot bigger.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I told him.
You can always squash
it. Don't get no nuggets.
Yeah, Brick's a big boy, but he ain't Matt.
But to be honest with you, man, since I've been in high school, since I coached at Tanner, the only people that we play each other and we don't like each other at all for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it's one of the only two places around, I'm saying around North Alabama, that coincide like brothers, and that's Tanner. It's been Tanner Clements like that the whole time to me.
Yep, the whole time. Yeah. To this day, a lot of my best friends are graduated from Clements. And we're right here beside each other. We hung out on the weekends together, partied on the weekends together. Got invited to birthday parties, and everything. You know, growing up at Tanner and going to Clemens events, you know, it was a natural thing, and to have Clemens people come to our events was just a natural thing. So 90% of our cousins, or you know, I had 3 or 4 cousins graduate from Clemens. I had an uncle graduate from Clemens. Hey, we're right here so close to each other that, like you said, we're the only ones that can coincide together like that.
I can't get into those parties we used to go to now at Tanner. I got to stay married. I need to stay married about 5 more years, man. No. But anyway, man, look, man, who's coming up for you guys? Don't you go to Tharptown next week?
Yep.
We've got Tharptown at home.
Oh yeah.
Homecoming.
Oh
yeah. So we try to get bounce back, and try to put another game plan together, and guys execute it so we can keep on building this thing and keep growing.
Yeah. Just, hope the guys don't look at Tharptown's record. You know, they're 0-5 overall, and hope they just don't look at that and think, you know what I mean. Sometimes it's human nature. So, but I know you won't let them. I know you'll, you'll work hard.
We'll meet tomorrow, coaches meeting, and we'll have film Monday, and we'll have film Tuesday after practice, and we'll watch them, and we'll clip everything out, send it to the boys, and do our install stuff. So there's no way to one thing I learned from LaRon White is you never overlook anybody.
That's right.
You know, you don't never look a week ahead, never look, you don't look a week ahead, but you definitely don't look a week back. So keep on going forward and keep grinding. And then at the end of your career, you look up and hopefully you can say you established something, you did something, and you meant something to somebody.
Well, and you've already done that. You're still doing it, and you're going to continue to do it. So we're proud of you, man. Sure are.
I appreciate it, brother.
We'll be rooting for you next week against Tharptown, and I hope you have a great week of practice, okay?
I appreciate it, brother.
Right.
Love you, Clint.
Love you, Matt. See you, brother.
See you.
All right, that was the head coach of the Tanner Rattlers, Matt Smith. And when we get off the phone and come back, we will be talking with head coach of the Clemens Colts, Rick Pugh. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's show? Archives are available on our website. You can also hear us on your favorite podcast platform, including iTunes, Google, Amazon, and more. Just check out the podcast page at tailgatetalk.net for a list of available apps and links. We'll be back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, the Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Will Johnson, head football coach at East Limestone, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk from WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomerlin alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. head coach, former head coach Clint Legg, and the head coach of the Clemens coach, coming off his first victory as a head coach, and we couldn't be prouder for him. Coach Brick Pugh. Coach, man, congratulations, dude. We're just super over the moon happy for you, dude.
Thank you. We needed that, man, for, our confidence and going into who we play next week, and just the kids busting it all year long, and not getting the result they want, and then finally being able to finish.
Well, that's the thing. You've been in every game, like at halftime, right there, and like you said, ain't been able to finish. But last night, boom, you're able to finish, and for them to be able to see like all their hard work finally paying off, man, had to be big in that locker room.
Yeah,
right?
and they were excited.
Oh,
they loved it, and they needed that. They really did. Needed some kind of success. This year.
You know what? Staff did too, though.
Yeah.
Y'all work hard, man. Super hard. You're trying to put these guys in the best position to win, and you got injuries and this and that, and you've had a couple games where the weather didn't cooperate, but that's obviously for both teams, but still.
I'm about sick of that too.
It's been crazy.
But guys, I want y'all to know this. 2 or 3 weeks ago when it rained, everybody said, well, it didn't rain that bad at Ardmore. It didn't rain that bad up here to us. It was blowing. Oh, it was bad last night, but it was worse
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
It was terrible.
We could have put trout in both sidelines and fished over there. It was that flowing and that freaking bad.
Yeah.
But last night, Brick, what were some of the keys that you thought that you're able to get out ahead and score points, not let them score? What do you think?
Our defense, first off, did a great job again. Just holding to no points.
That's huge. I don't care.
Yeah,
who you're
and
playing.
then field position finally on our side last night. Huge for the first time all year.
All year.
And I thought William Perez, Torrey Pride ran the ball very hard. Jake Fleming did a good job at fullback. We moved him to fullback, from quarterback to fullback.
Okay.
Brady Turner and Davin Holloway swapped in and out at quarterback last night. And
that seemed to work then?
Yeah, it worked well for us.
Good.
And offensive line played. That's their best game last night.
That's great.
Blocking wise, we just ran lead, man.
Yeah.
A bunch last night. We couldn't throw. Wind was blowing, and it's raining sideways and all that kind of stuff. I didn't feel comfortable throwing.
It's like Coach Lake's been bringing up to other coaches this morning. But that's the perfect thing to do. We're able to do it. Line up and just smash them and run. And it sounds like y'all probably could have won by a little bit more, to be honest. I know you and Coach Smith have a great relationship, and they're young like y'all are, and all that. So that's respectful.
And there's no need to do that to somebody. And Coach Smith's doing a great job. They're playing hard for him, man, and he's got some injuries that are killing him. To be honest with you, it's killing him, and. It's unfortunate, and they had some injuries during the game too.
Oh, I didn't even ask you.
The second half,
they couldn't afford to lose anybody.
They had a couple players that didn't play. So
last week he was on. It sounded like a med unit or something. It was like this guy's they got this, and that.
Coach, how many middle schoolers did you carry with us last night? How many? Four.
Yeah.
And all those guys are playing. And I'm going to be honest with you, Brick, will tell you this. Brick starts playing them in the third quarter, and I went, hey, man, it's third quarter because I know they need to play. I said, okay. So he puts them out there, and then, man, the crowd and our sideline, the guys, and for them so we got some pretty big dudes on the coming up, 8th graders, and give them a little confidence that I can do this.
Ain't nothing like Friday Night Lights. That's different than a Tuesday night or Monday night, whatever.
Huge
day game.
But I want to send a shout out to this, and I know Brick would be proud of this. This is the kind of place that we are at Clemens. They get home last night. I guess all the parents and some of the other people beat them there. And for the kids to get off the bus and there's people with the pom-poms cheering them.
That's
man,
awesome.
I'm telling you guys that were there, thank you. But that's the kids, it's huge for them to know people care.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, huge. I mean, back in my day, when we were so good at basketball, I mean, man, we had crowds. We would walk into a gym and our bleachers ought to be full. Mm-hmm. And it was just like we were mind blown, right? I mean, because like you said, Coach, it just shows that community cares. So I'm glad y'all got to experience that because it does, and that's just got to pump those kids up even more.
Well, that was good for them, and our crowd last night was pretty good, and it was terrible conditions.
I
was kind of surprised that
I wouldn't want to sit there in a home game, let alone get in the car and drive halfway across the county.
They did, man.
That's great.
It was good.
But like Brick said, man, in a hurricane is key. I think defer kick it to them. Let's see what you do. And Coach Green and the defense, man, run blitzing, timing on the blitzes was perfect. Run through the gaps, put them in second and third and long, losing field position. That's what happened to them early. And then just simple stuff. I mean, Coach was able to run our outside runs, which led to, like you said, man, 2-hole, 1-hole inside runs was there. Yep. And when you it ain't like, we're going to throw. You can't throw the ball down the field when the wind's blowing 50 miles an hour.
Yeah. Either direction.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think so. But I'm going to tell you, man, Brady Turner, little guy we got playing quarterback, tough as nails. Last night he figured out that he could run a boot pass and take off running down the sidelines, but he hadn't figured out yet how to go on and get out or how to do something different.
Tries to run him over, man.
Yeah, you might want to. Yeah,
hey, I love it.
Well, I love it, but you're not gonna love it when he comes up with a shoulder separation.
Run him over.
That's right. He's trying. He's trying.
Oh man.
But yeah, they played good last night, man. And my favorite play of the whole night, I put a package I call Big Mac in, and it's my left tackle goes to quarterback. He's about 280, and he got to run the football last night and scored,
that's awesome.
And it was incredible.
That is awesome.
Jose Diaz.
Man, good for him. That had to make everybody.
Oh, it was great.
He told me all week, I'm going to score. I said, you're a fumbler. You can't score. And then we're in the halls, when I see him in the halls, and last night he told me on the sidelines, I told you, man. I told you. But, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but he'll have that.
He can run.
Life.
He can run for a big guy. He can run.
Yeah. You got to let the big guys eat sometimes. That's right.
That was good stuff.
And now he'll be blocking his butt off for the rest of the year just because he knows what it felt like to get in that end zone.
I think he was called. I mean, him and a couple other kids were called for about, Rick, 70 or 80 holding.
That's what it felt like. I mean, it was.
That is unbelievable, man.
I understand a couple. A couple holdings.
Listen, you can call it on almost every play on either side.
But
I mean,
there was one time where he had 5 in a row.
Yeah, no,
and it was just a little bit,
especially in those conditions and just.
But like we've played in a couple games, y'all, and the score is 20-something nothing. Fourth quarter, a few minutes left. We get a kickoff. We take it back to the other 40. They call hold, but here's what makes me mad. People's gonna say, "Well, you're a homer." Yeah, okay, let's say it. But at Clemens, we're playing somebody outside the county, and you call that on us, and we're losing that bad. You're, my friend, or a communist. You know what I'm saying?
No,
because
I
signed the check, Clint Legg, right. Clemens High School. I signed your check for about $9,000 to $8,000, brother. I'm not asking for you to cheat. Just if the game's over, no football, man. Anyway.
No. I love it.
Golly, man. But man, I'm gonna tell you this, and I said it last night. I mean, I couldn't be any prouder. I told him last night. I said, man, I'm glad, but I think Brick will tell you, if we would have played with that intensity on our sideline, our coaches were. I guess the rain, because I know a couple of his coaches don't shower. So they give them a bath last night. They were fired up last night, man.
Oh,
But if we play with that with the first few games, yes, some of those teams probably still beat us, but a couple of them don't. A couple of them don't beat us if we play that hard last night.
Well, next week you got Lauderdale County over there, big area game.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of officiating.
Yeah, speaking of officiating.
Yeah.
It's certainly not going to be any better.
No, I mean, it'll be a tough game. I'll tell you what, though, if we play like we did last night, it's going to be a good football game. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't going to expect that. And you know what? I love fine by me.
Let them
count us out.
Let them look you over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a better football game than people think it's going to be.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we're excited for you, and we're very proud of you, man. I don't know if you're going to do a senior thing for Clemens.
Yeah, we'll do a senior.
Okay.
Now that you threw it out there.
Well, no, I mean, I think he had a bunch.
Yeah.
Not a bunch, but more than
he's got 8.
4. Yeah.
We've done William Perez and Tim Gallion.
Okay.
Let's do Hunter White.
Okay.
Hunter, he got hurt last night on about the 6th play of the game. One of my starting offensive linemen, one of my best offensive linemen. Hopefully he's able to come back and play for us. A little nervous about it. ACL, MCL, maybe.
Man.
Didn't look very good. But, man, he tried to quit at the start of the summer. And I talked him out of it, and he came back out there and played. And he's been such a great leader for everybody, you know, to look at, and the way he plays so hard, man. Plays so hard.
I hate to hear that.
And you know, when we were losing, man, it killed him. It killed him, and you know, it hurts that he didn't get to enjoy that win with us last night. But
he and Brick could tell you this too. The stuff he went through,
Yeah.
like summer. People don't understand this. The summer school,
Yeah.
he had to go both sessions because he decided not to do too much last year because we're not pushing him. We're not pushing him to do anyway. But he goes to summer school. He gets eligible, and all this. I hope he's able to come back.
Yeah.
And let me tell you two guys this. The second best hair in our school, behind Brick.
Behind Coach.
Behind Brick, he's got hair just like him.
That's awesome.
that's right, man. It's all. He's a great kid.
Yeah.
And I hope and praying that he's going to be.
Yeah, we'll send out prayers for him. But that's you just hate to see anybody get hurt, but especially a senior, and then one that's been a leader, and everybody looks up to. So that's tough. Maybe it won't be as bad as what you're thinking. But what about else? Anybody else come up?
No,
with
it was just Hunter last night.
Well, that's good. Do you know much about Lauderdale County? Anything?
Yeah, you know, same old Lauderdale County. They're going to run what they run and play hard and physical like they do.
Yeah.
And we just got to be ready for it.
Well, I think y'all will be. I mean, getting that taste of a victory, man, a win, just only motivates you to work harder that next week in practice. And now they know what it feels like. Hopefully they're going to continue to want that.
Yeah.
So like Coach said, you know, it's going to be tough.
Hey, now we're good, but Bama tonight, Brick.
Yeah.
No doubt. Gavin Greenhall, if you're listening, Todd's got a shirt on that says Georgia sucks, and that's the truth.
And this is for him, my sister,
Yep.
I'm looking for our phones. I'm looking for it.
And
looking for it.
they can all, well, I can't say it on air. We'll be FCC violations all around.
Can't say it, man.
Can't say it. But anyway, well, Coach, thanks so much. We're proud of you. Congratulations on your first victory. There's going to be plenty more to come, man, and we're looking forward to all of them as well. So that was Coach Brick Pugh, the head coach of the Clemens. Coach for Todd, the talent Tomerlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and Coach Clint Legg. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.